Joran sat in the passenger seat as she was loading up her magazines. The familiar clicking of bullets going into place was the only refuge of noise that filled the car. The rain was drizzling outside, but not in a deluge either. Even the raindrops failed to produce much noise. Stone stayed quiet while he continued to drive his car. The sour look seemed to remain like it was chiseled into his face. He kept his eyes on the road, being primarily patient. The vehicle was getting closer to its destination. The ghetto neighborhood was quite apparent as they reached the onset of Le Kibera. "Surprised you didn't load up before getting in the car this morning," Stone told her, trying to make at least some small talk. His eye briefly looked at her. Joran didn't have her Tylon out, but she used her available scaly hand to raise her pinky finger up to her chest. The Etrian woman then made a flat palm before pressing it to the side of her snout. The USL meaning for "I know" was correctly understood by Stone. She placed the last bullet into her magazine before stowing it on her belt. "Your sign language is at a good start," the Marine commented. "My sister would have been impressed." Joran took her hand to her chin before lowering it down, as if she was about to receive something. The word for thanks. "If you wish to thank me, get yourself a place to stay," Stone said. The Etrian woman pulled out her Tylon. She activated it and began typing to help translate for her. "That wasn't what I meant." Her device translated. "What you did earlier, I thank you." The bitch deserved it." Joran was going to type something else as she thought about it more and more. The event at the hospital was something that she considered, even after the man attempted to help teach the basics of sign language to her. Most of the learning was her researching it rather than anything else. Stone had his way of being outright dismissive of her. Perhaps there was another reason for checking up with the doctor and standing up for her. Regardless, the event did tell her that there was something about her partner that she hadn't considered. Everything that had happened so far, including yesterday, was still taking its toll on her. The remainder of hatred and prejudice was degrading. It didn't break her spirit, but it was like an old scab that wouldn't heal. To see Stone confronting the doctor brought a sense of happiness, though. She wanted to capitalize on it as she typed. "I wish you punched her," Joran typed. "I can say the same for you. The Etrians really hate themselves for liking the humans so much." "Where are we going?" "Gang hideout. Make sure that your pistol is fully loaded before we go in." "Just us?" "Yes, be ready for anything." "Why not call backup?" "As much as I want to. It's best to come in small. The police force is only so large enough as it is to go into a full-scale assault onto this group. We need more information on this syndicate that's developing, and any large numbers will only provoke them." Joran could see the building that was not far from Nell's repair shop. She quickly unholstered her pistol and checked to make sure that a round was loaded. She holstered it and patted the bulletproof vest that she wore. Even Stone wasn't foolish enough to forget his vest. She remained relatively calm while Stone was like a statue. There were no cars in sight, with only the occasional pedestrian walking around. Finally, the abandoned apartment came into view. It was a 2-story run-down complex. The brown paint was flaking off and the lawn was in complete disarray. It must have existed for 80 years and had no given care to it. A number of windows were barred entirely closed, and the front sliding door was utterly broken down and removed. The entrance was instead replaced with a yellow plastic tarp that hung from the top edges. There was a single individual who stood at the door, and he was clearly armed. Other buildings had similar appearances as well. Despite this, if it weren't for Jamar's guidance, it could have been very well possible that Stone would have missed the place. While Joran's attention was diverted to the front entrance, Stone reached for something in the glove compartment. He pulled out a small device and clutched it in his hand. He pulled the car cover and began to power it down. "Whatever you see, let me handle this," Stone told her. "Can't have you fucking this up." Yoren looked at Stone as the doors opened up. The arrival of the police vehicle, which came to a stop near a gang hideout, was not a reassuring sign for the guard. Stone was the first to exit his car while he looked upon the man. This guard was a fat but muscle-bound guy armed with a pistol and an augmented mechanical arm. His short, ruffled afro hair tended to dance around as he turned his head. "Hey!" the man called out to the two. "What are the police doing here? What's your business?" Stone seemed to be measuring the area and making his decisions quickly. The guard even saw Yoren but gave little reaction. He did seem confused, though. The police typically didn't wear the style of clothing that Stone had on, and the arrival of an Etrian further added to the mystery. Regardless, it was best for Stone to act cool for now. He was threatening to stir a hornet's nest, and he had to make sure that his moves were made correctly. "I don't directly work for the police," Stone firmly answered. "I'm here to ask questions for one of your own. I came to speak with Johnny or one of your representatives." As Stone and Yoren were approaching the front steps, the guard held his hand up to ask them to come to a halt. He didn't raise his pistol at them, or at least from what they saw. He was partially tense, but the request only seemed to discourage the fat man. The guard scratched his trim beard as if he were thinking. Yoren was careful, making sure not to provoke the guard. This was all on Stone to make this scenario work. By now, he could hear a form of Oceanian rap rock that was being played. It was coming from inside the building. The guard explained. "You seem to be mistaken, Johnny. What the hell are you talking about?" Stone already knew the man was trying to mislead him. No person would remain at the front door to guard some building in this particular fashion, let alone a seemingly abandoned place. Upon looking at the pistol closer, Stone immediately recognized the gun. It was an M81 UHN pistol. He was definitely at the right spot. This alone almost set him off, and the guard was getting more anxious. "I want to talk to one of your representatives." Stone's voice got severe. "I won't repeat myself again." "Get out of here, old man," the guard told him. "You won't find what you're looking for here." The tarp began to lift as another person decided to come to the entrance to investigate the disturbance at the front door. The plastic material bumped the guard's face, and Stone seized the moment. "Don't fucking move," Stone yelled, lifting the device in his hand. He got close to the guard. "Oh, shit, it's the cops!" A male voice came from the tarp. It fell back down as the person shuffled to get back inside, leaving the guard to fend for himself. Yoren could see that the guard was lifting his pistol. She responded in kind as she raised her pistol to aim at the man. She was pretty quick, and the guard finally could see the small gun aimed at his torso. "I said don't fucking move!" Stone exclaimed. "Are you fucking deaf?" That was enough for the guard to almost drop his gun upon seeing the device in Stone's hand. Even Yoren turned her reptilian eyes to see what he was holding. Her jaw was agape as she realized that Stone had a disc grenade in his possession. The beeping sound could be heard as the Marine tapped his finger on one of the buttons. It was the arming sequence. He was close enough to the guard but maintained the correct distance at the same time. "I want to talk to a representative now. If you don't, all I have to do is let this grenade hit the ground and we all go with it." "Holy shit," the guard replied. Even Yoren's eyes were wide, seeing the event. She could see the guard lower his gun and give a calming notion to him. Even the Etrian lowered her weapon, but she didn't holster it yet. She felt that Stone might have gone crazy. Her heart was pounding, but she had to trust where this was going.